Players, show us your weapons.
You want to see my weapon, huh? Okay. Scream. Benihime! Hello and welcome back to another Midnight Showing. As always, I'm Kelly, and I just got out of Nerve. And to answer some of the questions that are about to come up, yes, that really was Benihime. And yes, I do own a metal Benihime. Why is it in this video? Because I'm on a bit of a Bleach kick and I wanted to show it off. For those who don't know, Bleach got canceled, but that's in a very different video. No, the movie we're talking about, Nerve, is kind of polarizing for me. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know I'm not a big fan of the whole, look, social media is going to destroy the world. But this realizes that it's a stupid concept and decides to have fun with it, basically making it a mobile game that takes over the world, a la Pokemon Go style. But in this case, people are actually getting hurt, which kind of makes it unbelievable. Needless to say, there's no way that this game could actually exist in real life, because the second that somebody gets hurt or dies from this, the cops will be on this game so goddamn fast, they would have taken down any kind of former server that was attached to this. I don't care if, it's only when they log in they become servers. Crap, because, yeah, that doesn't work. They have cybercrime divisions for a reason. There's no way that this could possibly exist. But that's kind of the fun of the movie. It knows that it's stupid, so it, plays up the stupid angle of it. Kind of like The Purge, but doesn't take itself so seriously. And yeah, it's kind of an enjoyable sit-through, because there are genuine moments where this movie gets really freaking intense. Yeah, if you didn't have some kind of Vertigo tense moment when they're crossing that ladder, yeah, there's something wrong with you, because that shit was insane. Yeah, this is starting to get into my spoiler section, so for those who don't want any real spoilers, this movie is worth watching at discounted price. It's a decent sit. Granted, there's enough wrong with it that, you're not going to want to spend full price admission on this, but there's enough right with it that you could actually justify going on a cheap $5 Tuesday or something that, just to see some of these intense moments. If you like finality, though, you will hate this movie because it doesn't really have a satisfying ending. In fact, I dare say that it doesn't end at all. But that's going into the spoiler section. For those who want to stay, here's your warning. So this movie is about a girl named Emma, who is a very, very shy teenager who just needs to get out there and stuff. So her friend, who is more insecure than she is, decides to forcibly shove this game in front of her. The game is called Nerve, and as the movie describes it, it is like Truth or Dare without the truth. Watchers pay to watch or give out dares. Players get the money that they pay to do the stupid shit that the internet wants them to do. And who are the watchers in this movie? YouTube commenters! The evil and most vile pieces of shit you've ever seen. And no, I am not exaggerating that. And that's the basis of this whole movie, is just this game and how these people hiding behind computer screens can get away with whatever the fuck they want because, no one knows who the fuck they are. I'm using an anonymous tag. Yes, we even dropped the word anonymous inside there so that you know that these are the anonymous hacker people who take over the internet anonymously. Yeah. If I had a freaking quarter for every time a stupid writer does something like that, I would be fucking rich. And at first, the movie just looks like it's a run-of-the-mill, she's coming out of her shell type situation thing. You know, the stuff that they're doing inside of these challenges, her and her soon-to-be boyfriend, played by Franco's little brother. And the movie starts out small and makes it look like this game could be legit, and it's just looking at stupid things. Oh, why don't you moon somebody? Or go kiss a stranger? Dumb shit. But as the view counts get higher, the dares get more insane, criminal, and borderline suicidal. And that is actually kind of interesting. showing off just how something that can balloon out of control and get people killed. Yeah. It was a fun sit when it's not taking itself so seriously. Granted, this movie still has a lot of problems, but let's talk more about the positives first. I would just like to say that whoever was in charge of the set design, the production quality, needs an award, because this was both colorful and dark in a way that was just kind of beautiful. There's a lot of neon everywhere, and it's not something you regularly see. I mean, Suicide Squad is kind of doing the same thing if you look at all their marketing with all of the neon lights and things. And I guess you could also point out Purge election year, but like most people, I tried to drink that out of existence. So I'm not going to bring it up again. Bottom line, it looked really good. And let's just also talk about the acting. The acting from everyone involved is pretty on point. I never believed that Emma's mother was a real person, though. Yeah, she doesn't just act like that. I don't care if you've lost your son and her older brother, because no. Which I thought it would have been absolutely amazing if they actually tied in Emma's lost brother into the game, that she got dragged into this because the Watchers realized who she was early on. And that's why they tried to pair her up with the highest player, played by Dave Franco. Dave Franco is pretty good inside of this. He's not just playing Dave Franco as we know him from the Now You See Me movies. He's actually trying to play, well, a guy stuck between a rock and a hard place. Now you see, there's one tagline to this game that's not really mentioned in any of the trailers and thing. Snitches get stitches. Yeah, if you rat on this game and try to go to the cops or anything like that, these fuckers will destroy your life. As I said, the worst of the worst, YouTube. Now, Dave Franco's character inside of this is playing a guy who, in the last year's game, made it to the finalists, and the challenge was so stupid that someone died. He bailed on it, went to the cops. They couldn't do jack shit because cops in this universe are useless, even though cops would do instantly a lot if this shit was really happening. And now he's trapped in the game, and the only way to get out is to win. But, as I said, these challenges go from stupid to fucking suicidal. In which the challenge that, well, got the other guy killed, which he had to do, was hang from a freaking building scaffolding one-handed for 5 seconds. Yeah, 40 stories up, one-handed off this pipe. Yeah, that was actually pretty intense. And of course, everything has to be filmed from your phone or it doesn't count. So, you can do the challenge, but if it's not on your phone, yeah, shit, you have to do that shit again if you have enough time. Can you imagine trying to do that more than once? Jesus, and people thought that the walk gave them fucking nausea. And it's moments like that that really do sell this movie for you. You know, it shows that a simple, childish idea could balloon into something extraordinarily bad very, very quickly and can destroy people's lives over it. And honestly, that's probably the good of the movie. Let's talk about the bad of the movie. Yeah, I've been kind of tap dancing around this because, really, if you think about any of this for 5 seconds, it becomes pretty clear that none of this could actually happen. I know hackers can do a lot, but some of the shit they do in this movie is sheer fucking magic. They're able to organize people to go do dares and stunts and get a bunch of people to give out shit, you know, find illegal guns and shit and get it in people's hands within the allotted time to do their dare. What? Do none of these kids have lives? I know that they play the players, but do they play the help? The people who just deliver a fucking ladder to your apartment inside of Wesky's or something? Are you paying the people to go buy an illegal gun off the street and give it to a player in front of a fucking cop? What? Not to mention the absurdity of just, as I said, some people get hurt and die during doing this shit. There is no way that cops wouldn't instantly jump on this. Oh, well, they can't because every phone is a server. Yeah, but as long as someone's logged in, they can crack that. And people are logged into this 24 hours a day, it seems. It's the only way they could run such a tight ship. So, yeah, they could still get into this and catch all these people. At least a good chunk of them. And the second that the first round killed somebody, you think that this underground game would have gotten some traction inside of the news or something, which would have been detrimental to everything they're doing. But, yeah, I mean, fucking Pokemon Go is on the web right now, and the news is blowing up about it. You're telling me that something like Nerve wouldn't catch their attention? And someone can just deposit uncountable large sums of money into your account that's shared with somebody else, and the bank's not even going to look sideways at that. And even if they didn't look sideways at you depositing that much money, are you telling me that the bank wouldn't look sideways at the sheer mention of that money disappearing within minutes? Yeah! There's no way this thing could exist in any realm of possibility imaginable. And then there's the ending. The ending especially is just so... I liked where they were going with this. They were basically attacking the internet community that likes to hide behind their forums and Facebooks and Twitters. So the people that cyberbully everyone, that's who they were targeting. Your actions actually do mean shit. And if you're not smart enough to realize that, frankly, you get off the internet. You don't belong here. And the movie actually does acknowledge that with the climax as they showed in the trailer, because that was such a fucking brilliant move to show us the gun shit in the trailer. Why would you do that? Seriously, marketing 101, don't do that shit. We don't like to see the climax in the trailers. I know you only have so much footage to work with, but you could have done something else. But yeah, Emma gets sucked into this game because she tries to bail after shit got bad fast. In which they also cut out that scene from the trailer where the cop mentions her by name, implying that he's a watcher, that's why they don't get caught. But, you know, barring that, she goes to the cop, he doesn't believe him, and there's nothing he can do about it. She ends up getting knocked out and put into the final round where she is forced to shoot Ian, David Franco's character. Not kill him, mind you, just shoot him. And let's be honest, you know, shoulder shot, leg shot, I could make that shot easily. But someone who's never held a gun before, yeah, you're probably not making it out of this alive. But Emma, with the help of her friends and one computer hacker who spends time on the dark web because it's an organizational website now, I'm seriously this close to Googling it just to see if that's actually true or not, but whatever. They actually came up with a plan to, well, take these guys off the web once and for all. Because it's a open source, as they called it, anyone can submit changes to the programming or code or whatever as long as the community votes on it. And then they get a bunch of bots to outvote all of the real people to change the coding so that there's no such thing as anonymous anymore. Did I say anonymous or anonymous? God, sometimes this is a tongue twister. And thus, Ian's rival, I guess you'd call him, the other guy that made it to the finals with him who ratted, they are both trapped in the game. He actually shows up to get everyone riled up and basically say, you want me to kill Emma? I'll kill Emma for you if that means I win the game. And of course, they get it all, and everyone votes yes because, oh no, they're going to kill her, and it's so bad. And of course, we're going to kill her because we're evil people who vote for that shit. You know, God, no hope from humanity, I guess. But after they shoot her, suddenly their phones decrypt and it says, you are now an accessory to murder. And everyone logs out because, oh shit, now a real crime, I'm going to get in trouble, blah, 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 run away. And movie ends, basically. Yeah, that's the whole climax. Of course, Emma gets up. It was planned. They faked it. But they changed the coding to basically admit that they just voted for a violent crime. That's premeditation. Even if it didn't end in her death, that's a crime. It's a crime. It's a crime. And everyone walks away from this scot-free. You know what? And the movie just ends after that. Oh, it's Hunky Dory. They're going to have fun because she's found a new boyfriend and blah-de-blah-de-blah. But you know what? I want to see someone actually go to jail over this shit. How about that? You just altered the code so that everybody who voted to kill somebody is now exposed. You know, couldn't the cops now use that decode information and start finding these people? Just maybe. Couldn't we see some of the people who actually voted for more of the violent and stupid and suicidal dares get some kind of jail time inside of this movie? Because there are laws for that, even today. Nope. We gotta end it all happy hunky-dory, even though nobody was really convicted of it, even though they were committing crimes. Hell, they bought illegal guns and gave them to people. I think that the cops might have a few words to say about that, but whatever, okay? I hate this ending, but at the very least, I can say the rest of the movie was an enjoyable ride. It's not perfect, and to say that there is a perfect movie out there is pretty stupid, but it could have been better. It could have been insightful, informative, and fun, but this just settled for fun, and compared to a lot of the movies I've seen this year, yeah, I think I'll take fun over stupid and insulting or propaganda-ish. Right, Hillary? So yeah, my final verdict on this one, it's worth seeing at a discounted price. I wouldn't go to a full-price theater. If you can catch it on a $5 Tuesday or, a $2 or $3 theater, it's definitely worth your time. I would just say, be sure to turn off that little voice in your brain when you go watch this. It might scream a little bit when you're watching. Just all I'm saying. And that's it for me. Did you enjoy the video? Have you seen Nerve? Tell me what you thought about it in the comments below, and maybe we'll get some healthy discussion going. And as always, if you like what you see, be sure to hit the like button, the share button, and subscribe for more. Be sure to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitch and Twitter. And yeah, that's it for me, so I'll see you all next time.